My name is David Mellon. I originally am from Chicago and went to school there for about 2 years and had the chance to live in Europe for about 4 years and really just study the arts all throughout Italy and France and England and Germany and just start over all my impressions about what art is and what I wanted to do. And the work that I'm doing now is based on all those travels and all the artwork that I saw over in Europe and throughout the States.
I'm folks, and I'm a sculptor. I work with wood. You saw some of the pieces inside. Everything I make these days is made out of wood that I find in dumpsters, so it's reclaimed. It used to be these old houses built 100 years ago that they tore down to make way for the new architecture, and now I'm taking that wood from the dumpsters and turning it into new architectural type wood, works of art. So my cost materials are very cheap, but a lot of it has tremendous character, and I get to work with some beautiful woods that don't exist anymore. This old growth yellow southern pine that's sometimes from 1600-year-old trees, it's in the garbage, so I take it out and give it another life. It used to be a tree, then it became a piece of wood, it became part of a house, it became garbage, it became raw material in my studio, then it became a sculpture. And so it's great respect for the material of the wood, but also for its utilitarian purposes and history. Sort of, if these walls could talk, these pieces of wood were walls for 100 years. The stories of the families that they observed, so to speak, are embedded in that wood, and so by using it, it's paying respect to the past, but the forms are very much paying respect to the future of architecture. New York's about a city of change. Everything's always changing, and these are byproducts of that evolution. Out goes the old, in comes the new, so these are sort of a bridge between the two, and working with wood is a passion. I used to work with a lumberjack, a tree doctor up in Vermont, and then down in the city I used to teach woodworking at a school, so I've seen all aspects of the material, and I try and bring out the best of the material and translating my ideas into the material, so sort of taking chaos, whatever the city leaves behind, I try and take and make order out of it, hence the formal geometry, the perfect cubes, the squares, the totems, all of that has to do with making sense of the chaos around me.
I'm Avery McCarthy. I'm one of Kipton's artists, showing at the Urban Utopia show at 32 Green Street in Soho. The two pieces that I have exhibited here are from my series called There Are No Stars Here. There Are No Stars Here is a series I started in 2008, and it's shot on film with a medium format camera, walking around New York City at night. The project really, the goal is to find artificial light in New York City and make it look like, you know, and kind of try and examine the light in New York City and in modern cities that replaces celestial light. So as a little kid, I loved looking at the stars, I loved stargazing, and when I came to New York, there's no stars in the sky. And so instead I started photographing artificial light that, you know, that replaced the stars. So the series is called There Are No Stars Here, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
My name is Ulla Einstein. I'm born in Switzerland. I live in New York City a long time. I'm a multidisciplinary artist, so I do many different bodies of work, usually simultaneously, so that each body of work is informing the other works. I work in many disciplines, and one of the keys in my work is that I try to use materials and tools and stretching them way beyond their original purpose. I am self-taught and self-educated, so my techniques are self-invented. I work a lot with fire and blade cutting and thread and hot glue and various kinds of paper I'm using, synthetic and natural. And I use also, at least a third of my work is from discarded materials. In subtle way, my work has to also do with consumption. So I'm using often materials that are typically discarded or recycled, eggshells that I've saved from all the eggs that I've eaten over time, toilet paper rolls and paper towel rolls, many different types of things. And some of the pieces that I'm showing here are this from Hybrid Nature. It is a combination of the synthetic and the natural. So always the materials and tools that I use, it's important for me that there's this creative tension that is created and this ambiguity. So you don't often maybe you don't know necessarily how I've created the surface, and so you're sort of looking at it, but it's something that's built up over time. The work is very labor intensive and process oriented. Very important to my work beyond the metaphor and the symbolism is that I work from the inside out. I work because something is touching me deeply inside that wants to create a form to express itself. So the ideas are very conceptual, but the work always has the creative tension between the concept and very visceral in feeling.
My name is Simone. I'm a photographer. I live in New York. The pieces that I shot are very abstract and they're very colorful and they're pretty different from what I usually do. I'm usually more of a portrait, fashion, travel photographer, but these pieces are more of an abstract kind of experimental, crazy pieces. I think it shows more of a fun side and more of a unlimited side that I like to express through color and light and life and everything that just makes us happy about photography.
My name is Julie Kumbal, and these are my paintings. And I was making abstract paintings several years ago, and abstract paintings I felt were based on landscape. And so I began investigating the question of what is landscape now? Where is landscape with us, with people? And how do people relate to their landscape, and how does nature relate to us? So from investigating that question, I came up with these paintings about natural disaster, and about the weather, and about how nature is reacting to the buildings that we build, and how we are reacting also to what happens when nature affects us. I enjoy doing it through painting because I feel that painting is a way to create